one. What's up? What's up? What's up? Billy Uncensored Sports Podcast is here in the building again, which is looking like, for me personally anyway, a glorious sports weekend. We got the Eagles in a dominating performance, even though it should have probably been even more dominant, against the Cowboys. And then we got the Sixers with only our second win of the year.
Yeah.
Our second win of the whole year. Golden State won too, actually. Good win over OKC. But we can talk about that a little bit as well with the chef cooking. But let's start with the Philadelphia Eagles. A dominant performance over the pretty much trash Cowboys. Listen, and I said this, I think I said this on the last podcast. I will be surprised if Dallas wins another game. I think they might be done for the year. 34-6. Nobody looked. Their offense. Let me say how many yards the offense even mustered up this whole game. Their offense mustered up
they had 49 passing yards.
That's crazy.
And 97 rushing yards.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's. I'm surprised, and I know these dudes is backups. Cooper Rush.
I guess 66 if you don't count the sacks.
Okay, so 66 passing yards and 90 something rushing. You said.
Yeah, 97 rushing yards.
There's no way that an NFL quarterback, I don't care if you're a backup or not, there's no way you should be that garbage. There's no way you should be that garbage when you have legitimate weapons. You got CeeDee Lamb, your running game is cool, mustered up 90-something yards. There's no way your team should be that garbage. Like your quarterback should be that garbage. You got Ferguson, solid tight end. It's no way. But getting on to the better things, Saquon Barkley, okay game. He still hasn't had a really good game against Dallas. This is actually his first win against the Cowboys, surprisingly enough. I think I heard him say that he's never beaten the Cowboys before. So this is his first win against the Cowboys. He only had 66 rushing yards. How many receiving did he have? 12 receiving at that one catch for 12 yards. That's pretty nice. So 78 total yards. Jalen Hurts, 14 for 20, 202 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception, and also a fumble that was almost costly because Dejean not only did it give up points, but it almost got Saquon's arm broke, or at least his wrist, when he tried to dig in there for the fumble, and the dude kind of, alligator rolled on Dejean. But nonetheless, Eagles get the victory. Jalen Hurts looked pretty good outside of taking some sacks. When he threw the ball, he actually threw the ball well. But he did take 5 unnecessary sacks. That was very, very annoying. What's your thoughts?
Dallas is a very bad team. I don't like the slow starts the Eagles get off on with offense, man. I really don't. Defense got us a turnover early, and we scored on that. Then the red zone interception by Hurts. You either gotta not throw that or get that ball in faster with a little more, before he could jump that route. But it was a great interception by.
I'm about to say it was a great defense.
That did. Great interception. No, it was. To be honest with you, it was kind of a. This is how I wanted the game last week to be too against the Jaguars, but they didn't take advantage of that. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into Mccain. Good. Listen, defense had the career games, interceptions, sacks, turnovers. The defense did their thing. Defense and the fumble. It could have been worse. Remember, they fumbled Zeke in the red zone, so the defense established a bad team again. So it's kind of hard because Cooper Rush looked terrible.
Is our defense that good or Dallas is that trash?
It's a combination of both to me. It's a combination of both.
Okay.
We got a test next week. We got a test Thursday night, though. That's why I'm going to stay on the Eagles that long. We got a test Thursday night. But, like you mentioned the 5 sacks. Jalen Hurts can't take that many sacks like that. He can't.
I agree.
But all in all, we did what we supposed to do. Get rid of that garbage. Get rid of that garbage, Dallas Cowboys. They did. Don't give them. They was ready to die early, and we gave them a little life. Then we just put them away.
I agree. We played around. We were playing with the food a little too much, to use that expression. Yeah. It was kind of irritating me because we should have had the interception. I'm more mad at the fumble than the pick because the interception, sometimes the defender just makes a great play. I firmly believe 8 to 7 times out of 10 that's a touchdown. Most defenders ain't making that play that Diggs made. It was a great read on the jump on the interception, and he snatched that John up. But all in all, like you said, it was a solid performance against a bad team. Thursday is the real deal. I'm glad we was able to rest the starters for the majority of the fourth quarter, the whole fourth quarter. Actually, I think we pulled them at the end of the third. So we was able to rest the starters the whole fourth quarter, which is good because you got that game coming around. I firmly feel Thursday night games should only be followed up by a bye week. They got to get the schedule together where you only playing a Thursday night game coming off a bye. I just don't think it's in the players' best interest, health-wise. If you're really concerned about players' health, to play a play a Sunday game, then come right back and play a Thursday game. If you do it coming off a bye, you play that Thursday, then you off a whole another, well, you don't play Sunday, and then you come back around and play the next Sunday. So that's how they should do it, to be honest with you. But, whatever. That's how that's how they got the schedule right now. Eagles took advantage, was able to get up early. A.J. Brown, monster game, 5 catches, 109 yards. For some reason on that last pick, and we're going to talk about the Sixers, y'all, so don't go nowhere because we definitely going to get some Sixers talk in. That last pass that Jalen Hurts threw A.J. Brown in the end zone, for some reason, like he slowed up. Did you see what I was saying? Like he slowed up running into the end zone? What was going on?
Even if he slowed up, I think it was a little too far.
If he didn't slow up, you think he still would have overthrown him?
Yeah, I think it was a little too far. And you know what AJ likes to do is block you out with his body. That's what he likes to do.
That play, I think he could have just. I honestly think if he had just ran right underneath it, it would have been
like Devontae. Would have been like Devontae.
Yeah, you might have to extend a little for it, but I think you could have had it like that. It just looked kind of weird. Like I just don't know why he slowed up. That would confuse me a lot. Why'd you slow up? Did you look like? Yeah, that's what I thought. Ziggy said I thought AJ could have had it. TD. Me too. It looked like it was coming to you. Maybe you ain't see. Maybe when you looked at him when he turned around, it looked different than what he thought. So I don't know. It looked like he could have ran right underneath that for a touchdown. But I'm surprised too with the sun glare coming in the stadium the way it was. I'm surprised a lot more players didn't have the tinted visors. Yeah, like CeeDee Lamb, that's your home. Because he complained about it on one play. You see him kind of go like this, like he couldn't see the ball or something, even though it was a bad pass from Cooper Rush, who had him wide open. But that's where you play. You should know the nuances of your stadium. You should know when you got to put the tent on and all that kind of stuff and how the weather's looking and that. I don't know. I just think as a professional NFL receiver who want to make sure you give yourself every advantage, you definitely got to put a tinted visor on. I understand that.
That was some free fall. They just signed a quarterback who I don't even know if he could play anymore. And Dak Prescott. So they I hear a little echo. I ain't sure if that's me or you.
Oh, they said something. I don't really hear nothing there. Chris actually said, how did Pittsburgh keep Daniels from throwing any TDs? Anything the Eagles could emulate. They actually put some pressure on him. I seen them throw some blitz packages and stuff in there. They tried to keep some pressure on him a little bit. Pittsburgh always been historically a great defensive team. They just draft well defensively. They coach well defensively. And now they got the boy Russell Wilson turning back the clock. He looking like he back in his bag again. He threw some great passes all day. One that dropped, I think it was Pittman. He threw it, rainbow. It just teardrop right into his hand. You couldn't walk the thing to this man no better. Great pass. They played a good game. Was able to come out there with the victory, even though I thought Washington got gagged on that spot. If any of y'all watched that game, I thought that was I
don't know what happened with that. Even when the rest spot in the first time, it was terrible. What you had money on it?
Terrible spot. I said, he was dead on the line, and he placed him literally a foot behind where he caught the ball. I thought the spot was terrible, but I'll take it. I'm not mad. Meanwhile, Jalen's still holding the football too long. I know X-Man, he definitely got to get rid of the ball. He definitely got to get rid of that ball. You can't hold on to that. You can't hold on to that at all. He took way too many sacks that he could have either just threw it away. It was one where he went to scramble, and it looked like the left was wide open, and he cut back inside. And I'm looking like, what did you see? It again, from a player's perspective, sometimes things may look different than I see it on when they, I do hear a little echo. When they run the instant replay back, but it looked like he had the left side of the field wide open, and then he just ran inside and took a sack. I was like, I don't know what's going on with that. But
how's that now? You still hear echo?
Now I don't.
Or am I low?
No, you sound good to me. Ask the listeners. I don't know. To me, you sound good, and I don't hear the echo no more. I heard myself echoing. I didn't hear you echo. but it sounds good now. But we got to listen. We're gonna be back on here Thursday for sure to talk about the Eagles because it's gonna be a real
That's that right back out with the Eagles and with the Sixers too. Actually,
Sixers play Thursday too.
I'm talking about. I think they played before that. It'll be the B game.
Oh yeah, he come back against the
Knicks,
right? Yeah. So we'll definitely be back for that. But we're gonna talk more Eagles around that time. I mean, this game was kind of a formality. We did what we should have did. It probably should have been even a bigger score, but we probably should have had 40 for overall. But nonetheless, we got the victory, got the job done. Moving on to Washington. This is the money game right here. This is what it's going to. Games like these is going to hang on our first place position and whether or not we win a division. So this game is going to be huge. But tune in for that show. But let's talk about the Sixers. Let's talk about Jared McCain. I mean, bruh. I did.
First of all, hold on. Go ahead, because you need to start. You go ahead, because you need to start with your apology.
I did my fair share of hating on this young man because I didn't think he was taking the game seriously. He came in making TikToks, singing, painting his nails, and all this stuff like that, and he didn't seem focused to me. Now, what I will say in his defense, I haven't seen, at least not across my feed, I haven't seen a lot of Jared McCain TikToks with him singing and all that kind of stuff like that. I don't follow him, so I don't know what he's been doing. But obviously, he's been locked in because this game was special. He actually had a pretty good game in the Lakers game. We ain't come on here 18 points the Lakers game, even though we lost. But this game was a must-win game for the Sixers. We were in complete free fall, and we needed some type of rope that we could grab onto to pull us from falling into the abyss of the NBA East Conference. And Jared McCain offered that. At one point, even with Paul George on the floor, I'm telling y'all, but at one point, he was the best player on the floor. Even with Paul George on the floor, he was the best player, and I could tell he kind of felt that. And the other players felt it because he would pass it, they would pass it right back to him. He was pulling up, he was hitting his three. Let me pull up his complete stats. So let me check my man box score because I was thoroughly impressed with what he looked like. What's your thoughts on it?
You got Nick Nurse got in the position. First of all, they was giving Nick Nurse all his credit for playing Jared McCain when, let's be honest, he had no other options.
He definitely did.
We were saying this earlier. You gotta play him to see what you got. Jared McCain shows you what he got, shows you what he has, and it's no way you cannot play him now. He has to be in the rotation now because if he's not, you're going to hear from the fans and you're not going to look like a smart coach. And dude, the whole bench played. Yabusele played. Jeff Doughton Jr. He played well too. I like him too. But Jared McCain was a star of the night, man. Hats off to Jared McCain. He made every shot. He actually got a nice. Listen, I know it's early. I don't want to start this.
Okay.
I don't want to start it.
Okay. What you about to say?
His handle, his bag is actually better than Maxi's. As far as
what we talking about?
One getting his shot and getting a good shot. Maxey tries to beat you with speed and blow past you. I see Jared McCain put a couple more moves. And he do a little floater, he do a little turnaround in the lane too, a lot of stuff. So I'm not saying that's not end all be all. Right now, Maxey is the better player. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm saying there's some things I would like Maxey to do that I actually see McCain do.
I'm not going to say he got more of a bag. I will say and Wayne kind of mentioned this before about his body type. He's kind of a big body kind of guard, kind of like a Brunson. I think he knows how to use his body to get positioned to get his shot off a little better, especially in the paint. Maxey got to step back nice. Like I said, Maxey, his handles is pretty solid. He could take you off the dribble, hit you with the floater and all that. But he's more polished, no pun intended. You mean pun intended? He's more polished. But I think he knows how to use his body physically to get his shots off. And that's what I saw that was actually pretty nice.
You saying a rookie is more polished than Maxey?
Nah,
I know you talk about nails. I know you're throwing that in there, but
I will. You gotta remember, Max only played 1 year in college, right?
So did McCain.
McCain played. It was just 1 year. I thought he played 2.
I gotta look. I thought it was 1 year. I thought he played 1 year.
Let me see. Let me see Jared McCain.
While you looking him up, somebody said it was Paul George Walsh. He didn't play well tonight. They're saying, he has to get his legs back, right? His basketball legs back. What's the name? Caleb Martin. What is that's we actually downgraded in that position between him and Kobe. Him and Toby. Sorry about that, Kobe. We actually downgraded. We actually downgraded that Caleb Martin position, man, with when we traded Toby, which is crazy to say. Caleb Martin can't. He's not that great of a defender. Where you say, we switched it out with defense. He's not great. He's not that great of a rebounder, and he's a way worse 3-point shooter and scorer than Toby is. So that Caleb Martin signing, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how that's going to work moving forward. But I know moving forward, you got to get these young boys some burn. You got to get Caleb Martin some burn. You got to get Jeff Doughton Jr. some burn. So that limits Gordon clock. And Kyle Lowry played. I can't knock Kyle Lowry. He played well. But you have to start playing these young guys, man.
I agree. Even you mentioned Doughton Jr. You mentioned him.
I mentioned him, Jeff Doughton Jr. Yeah, he played well too.
Yeah, but he did. He definitely played well. Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to get hung up. I don't want to say he's more polished than Maxey. He just had a good game. I mean, he's a better player at this point than I thought. To be honest with you, I couldn't see him in a game that we needed to win. Now, let's not get it twisted. Charlotte is not a good team. All right, they're what's their record? They're in the bottom feeders like us. Let me see what their record is as well. Philadelphia, Charlotte is 2-7, so they right there with us. All right, I mean no, Charlotte 4-6.
No, they're not. They're 4-6.
4-6. We 2-7. So Charlotte 4-6. They are middle. They below a middle of the pack team. They probably not even a playing team. So they're not that good. I mean, but all in all, this is still a solid NBA squad. I mean, an okay NBA squad, and they're NBA players. Is it time for McCain to enter the starting lineup when the bull Maxey comes back? Is it time to go with a young lineup?
Is it time for him to enter before Maxey come back? Right now,
I'm fine with him starting. We almost had no choice, like you said. I would put him in over Laurie. Who they start tonight? They started Laurie and who? Who was it? Laurie and Oubre?
I think Oubre ain't played well either tonight.
Paul George ain't played well neither. We got to talk about Paul George too.
The whole starting lineup, only person that played okay was Drummond.
He might be washed. We got to talk about that. But I think it might be time to go with when Maxey come back. It might be time to go with the two young guns. But we'll see. We're gonna have plenty of time because Maxey's gonna be out for about 2 weeks, so we're gonna have plenty of time to see Jared McCain get his weight up. And I think if he plays well enough, you have to seriously consider putting him in starting lineup. Keep in mind we went to overtime mainly because Laurie missed the free throw. Let's not forget that.
That's true.
I forget that. And it allowed the Bull, it was an incredible shot by Ball, who had 30. I think he went for 38. He was off for the most part of the game. Be honest with you, he was 6 for 18. He took 18 threes. He was 6 for 18 for threes. He was 13 for 30 overall, 43%. That's 43% for guard is okay. It need to be, if you were a good guard, you need to be around 45. Yeah. But he was jacking. Melo was jacking.
He's all they got, though.
18.
They got Brandon Miller, too. That bucket, listen, that bucket at the end of the fourth was huge, though. Taking him overtime.
Oh, yeah. 3. Oh, yeah. That was dead in the quarter. But like I said, it should have never happened because we should have been up 4. Laurie clanked the free throw and helped us send in overtime, that game was getting frustrating because we was up at one point, I think like 12. And then all of a sudden that lead evaporated very quickly. And then go ahead.
This is Paul George's fourth game. Let me give you his numbers.
Okay.
First game, 15 points. 4 for 14 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3. Second game against the Clippers, 18 points. 7 for 9 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. Actually played a good game, 7 rebounds. I don't have his turnovers here, though. I know one game he had 7 turnovers. Lakers game, 9 points, 4 for 13 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. Hornets game, 15 points, 6 for 18 from the field, 1 for 9 from 3. He's currently shooting 41% from the field, 18% from 3.
Yikes. That's terrible. He did have 9 assists tonight. Gave you 9 assists.
How many turnovers he had?
4 turnovers. For somebody who don't handle the ball that much, 4 turnovers is actually a lot. Because he's not it ain't like he's bringing the ball up. 4 turnovers is a lot.
He brought the ball up a little bit. They did him doing that a little bit today.
Here and there, but I don't think he played overtime at all. Did you see him in the overtime? I don't think he played no minutes in the overtime.
Now remember, he's on minutes restrictions.
Okay. All right. And he played 33 minutes. He played 33.
Yeah, that was probably it.
Caleb played 41. McCain played.
This is my problem with Caleb Mark. He had 3 points in 41 minutes. How many rebounds did he have? Because that's what Wayne goes to.
5.5 rebounds and 3 assists.
That what is that?
He had 4 steals. I'll give him that. 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. Laurie need to be practicing 1,000 free throws a day. That's what Chi Chu said. Yeah, I agree. Listen, this is another thing that irritates me, bro. I don't know how you in the NBA and be that bad. Even Yabusele. First of all, Yabusele took too many threes for me. What did he end up with? He had a decent game. He had 20 points, 8 rebounds. Today he was 2 for 4. Didn't take that many threes. He was 8 for 13 overall. But he get
good tonight.
He get big down low. I want to see him down low a little bit more. He hovers around that 3 line a little too much, in my opinion. He actually could get real solid on rebounds. He knows how to grab a rebound, but he's not in position because he likes to hover at that.
So with this, he shows out in the playoff stuff. There y'all go. Hey, X-Men, you want to take Wayne's spot? Because you sound just like
about the showing out. But we ain't never going to get to the playoffs if he don't show out in the regular season. This is what we need him for. Forget all that. Yaba is nice. I'm not hating on Yaba. I like Yaba. He had a good game. I just think he needs to get down low a little bit more.
I don't think
one game he took like 13 threes, like 2 days.
He did. But he took 4. He settled down.
He did.
He took 4.
He did.
He's actually playing he's playing very well.
He is. Except for the free throws. He claimed 2 straight free throws in a row, made the game a little closer.
He did.
I don't understand these dudes. I'm like, this is what are y'all not? Even I was watching the Golden State game. These boys coming down to do the same thing. What's his name? The bull. What's the number 1 pick name that they got? Wiggins. Same thing. Wiggins out there clanking free throws. And I'm like, what are y'all dudes doing? Like, this is your job. Y'all should be shooting at least 200 to 300 free throws a day. Getting them joints should be automatic. But we out here. Larry been in the league 20 years and he's still missing clutch free throws down the stretch. He did he did another game this year too, missed the clutch free throw. I think that cost us or something like that. These dudes missed too many free throws, man. Martin is only a 10 point per game guy. He's not even giving us that. Go ahead, Ethan.
Charlotte took 54 threes tonight.
That's crazy.
We took 33. Is the 3-pointers messing the game up?
It's too much. It's not the balance. It's still a balance. It's almost like when the NFL went real pass heavy, and then they kind of had to balance themselves and come back to the run. You still got to balance yourself if you want to be a championship team with that 3. Can't take too many. That's way too much. That's a gluttony of threes. That's too much. 54? Nah. That's why they lost. And they actually should have been lost for real. For like I said, shouldn't have went over.
They should have been lost.
It should have been lost.
54 is a lot. It's a lot of threes. Sixers took 33. Only Sixers. My problem is they still made 9. Was it not? Yeah, they was 9 for 33, 27%. They have to shoot better from the 3.
Listen, man, Mccain shot he's like 3 for 7.
He did well. It was the Paul Georges with the 1 for 7, and who else? Paul George shot bad. Oubre 0 for 3. Who else? They kind of brought us down a little bit. Eric Gordon 0 for 2. He can't play no more either. Stop playing him, man. Like,
Oubre was 3 for 10 overall. Oubre, he missing some. Yeah, I know he was out leading scorer for a minute and all that, but he coming back down quickly. Listen,
sometimes I think it's a position. Nick Nurse has to do a little better with this thing.
I agree with that too.
You have to run some better sets. You have to do a little better with this, man. Getting some motion going, getting some action going. He had a couple. Actually, Paul George and Yabby had a couple nice things going. Paul George gave him a couple nice passes. You gotta get a little. Nick got to do. He got to do better. He has to do better.
Eric Gordon in 17 minutes gave you no points, 2 assists. He was 0 for 2 from the field, actually 0 for 2 from 3, which made him 0 for 2 overall. Somebody mentioned they would rather see Ricky Council than Eric Gordon at this point. I kind of agree with that. At this point in the season, I think with so many injuries, you got to start going young. You got to get these young boys out there. Doughton, Council, and Lil Z. You got to get them out there. Gotta get them out there. You gotta get the 3 boys out there and let McCain gotta let McCain hoop. You gotta let Downton hoop. You gotta let Ricky Council hoop. You gotta let them hoop.
That's what you got. Yes, you got. Yes, you do.
And so X-Men, go ahead.
Remember somebody said Nick Nurse like the veterans. The veterans are cool and all, but you're gonna need them. You brought these dudes in for a reason. They ready. They hungry. They can play too. You got to give them the opportunity. You're going to need that in order. You're actually going to need them to get you further in the playoffs. The Gordons and their days are over now for trying to get you. Even Kyle Lowry for a certain extent. You got to get these dudes in here. They're the ones that's going to help you get over the hump.
I kind of agree with that. Now I said Nick Nurse is too similar to Doc in my liking. Ain't that something you said? That sound familiar?
Somebody else said that. Who said that? Remember the guy that used to come on here? He changed his names a couple times. He's a Toronto fan. He used to be on here a lot. I forget his name. He was saying that when we first got Nick Nurse.
Oh, really? Was it the one I know? It was like Crispus Addicts at one point. Was that him, my man?
It might have been. I forget. He was a big Toronto fan, though.
All right. I know he was, my man. His name was Matt. His name was Matt. Yeah, I mean, that's what it's looking like. That's honestly what it's looking like. He's looking very similar to Doc, who has Milwaukee 2-8. By the way, they just lost to the Celtics.
Lost tonight.
Yeah, they lost to the Celtics. Giannis had like 40 something, 43 and 14. He had a monster game. Dame was way off. He had like 14. He stunk it up, and they lost. It was still a close game. I think they only lost by like 4 or something. But nonetheless, they lost. Nick Rivers, Brett, Nick Rivers. All 3 of these boys rolled in one. Yeah, that sounded about right. Chu said, Knicks ain't looking too good, man. I'm surprised this trade ain't. It's still early, but
he's not looking good. Bridges not looking good.
Mikal,
yeah, he was 0 for 6 from 3 tonight. He looking like Paul George.
Yay. Yeah, I mean, look, at least we got McCain. Without McCain, we lose this game. Let's be real. Without McCain, this game is over. So we got to tip our hats off to this young boy, man. I don't want to do too much, like you said. It's back-to-back games he played well, but this game was in particular special because not only did he play well, really well, we won, and he also played defensively better than I expected, to be honest with you. It was one play. I don't know if you saw it when he put LaMelo Ball
he did
in a
well.
seatbelt. I mean, he strapped him. He couldn't do. He was trying to do step backs and crossovers. McCain was all over it.
He did his thing. So you need to go follow him on TikTok because he probably gonna be playing. I'm coming out.
See, that's
probably gonna be playing that tonight.
See, that's what I don't want. I don't want the fame and the accomplishments to go to his head. Just do what you're doing. We ain't been seeing you doing all the extra stuff. All we know from so far what we see is you've been in the lab cooking on your game. Just keep doing that, bro. Keep doing that. Don't get new on us and start trying to get all, videos and all this old other stuff and you singing and dancing and twerking and doing whatever you're doing.
I don't think he had his nails painted tonight. I think they was clean.
That's why he balled. That's why he balled. He said it's a superstitious thing that happened one time. Somebody painted his nails. He painted his nails, and he played good, so he kind of kept it going. And I know athletes can be superstitious with that. I do understand that. You feel mentally, and I don't even think necessarily it's about like you don't think it's I don't think you think it's like forces beyond your control helping you out because you did this. But sometimes you think it's just a good mental space it puts you in, and you feel comfortable doing certain things, and I think he got caught up being a little zesty with the nails painting. But he did good. He did good tonight. I cannot hate on him. He's proven me wrong, and this is what I want. I do want to see this because this helps my team win. Thoroughly impressed. Now on to other news. Cleveland is the real deal. They is not playing with y'all. Cleveland ain't playing with nobody this year. They took one of the best teams, Golden State, clean out into the woodshed and spanked them. And Golden State is a legitimately good team. They just beat OKC by the night, too. It was also only a one-loss team. They actually beat OKC. They was up 30. Golden State was actually up 30 on OKC. And OKC came all the way back, and I think they ended Golden State ended up winning by 12. But Cleveland is the real deal. Do you think it's their year? From early on, what you saying?
I mean, listen, it's looking like it's going to be Cleveland and Boston, right? It looks like it's going to be Cleveland and Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals. Do they have enough to get past Boston? I don't know. They do have the little backcourt, though, that may concern me a little bit because Boston has length. So that could be a problem for them. But they know how to play with. They know how to play like that.
When do they play Boston? I got to find out. When do Cleveland play Boston? I'm interested in this matchup now. I ain't been interested in the Cleveland-Boston matchup since LeBron left, but now I am interested in when Cleveland actually plays Boston. But go ahead. What were you saying that backcourt?
Okay, Sixers.
We play Boston Tuesday.
We play Boston Tuesday, and guess who we play Wednesday?
Oh, that's next Tuesday they play Boston. I'm sorry. So next Tuesday they play Boston. So Tuesday we play.
No. This Tuesday we play. This Tuesday we play the Knicks.
No, I'm talking about Cleveland plays Boston. Let me see. What's today's date? Yeah, the 10th. Cleveland plays Boston on the 19th, which is
we play Boston Tuesday and we play Cleveland Wednesday.
Oh boy.
So whoever we don't play back to backs. What team does he play? Paul George don't play back to backs. Look what we did. We got two key matchups that would be nice to see these dudes playing in both of them just to give us a little test. If Cleveland's undefeated, I'm saving everybody to go against Cleveland.
Yeah,
you think B playing both?
No, B not playing both. I say this: he should play both because he hasn't played yet. So if any time you play a back-to-back, this week should be the week. This is the first time you playing all week. Yes, you should actually absolutely play back-to-back, but I don't think he's playing a back-to-back. Mobley is a monster. He balling. Mobley balling. Mitchell's balling. The young boy Garland's balling. Jared Allen doing his thing always in the middle, getting busy with defense and putbacks and all that kind of stuff. They have a legit, and they got the boy, what's his name? Foster or something from Golden State. He lit Golden State up the other night, bro. This boy had like 4 or 5 threes. I think he had like 3 or 4 in a row. Oh, it was Cleveland at one point in that game was 13 for like 17 from threes. They literally could not miss if they wanted to.
Yeah,
that game was crazy. That game was crazy.
Yeah, I think who they just beat last. Was it the Nets? The Nets gave them a little fight, but they went and dusted them off. They're looking very good. And this is my only thing about the Sixers is, Tim's here. My only thing about this, he just look like you just woke up. You all right? You had a nightmare?
Yeah.
You had a nightmare. Jalen Hurts threw an interception and fumbled the football.
Nah, y'all had put me to sleep when I was listening to y'all.
Okay.
I just had some coffee though, so I'm good.
You got coffee, you're gonna be up for real now.
Nah.
Listen, we talked about the Eagles, we talked about the Sixers, we talked about Cleveland. Tim drinking that yak, he is. And now we talk about how Cleveland is really pretty much running ruckshot over the league. Rough shot. What's the phrase? Rough shot? Ruck shot? Something like that.
I don't know. We gotta get Wayne to look that up.
Yeah, they go bananas over the league right now.
We asked a question about Joel Embiid. You know, we had back-to-back games with the Knicks and in Cleveland. What would you do if you was a Six and he's not playing back-to-back? What game are you playing him in?
Well, his suspension is over this Tuesday, so he can play Tuesday. So you just gotta let him play, give him like 25 minutes. You can't rush him back. He's right now, you just can't do nothing. If he's not ready to play the following day, you just don't play him. Right now, we just gotta dig ourselves out this hole. So in the meantime, let's just play by ear. I heard Joe talking about Lil Z, Mccain. He played. Young boy played pretty well.
Pretty well. He had the team. He had Paul George. He had everybody on his back.
He took command over the team. I had to admit. Go ahead.
Yo, is what you call it? What's his name? Caleb. What? Caleb
He's
Martin.
trash. He's trash.
Him and his.
Would you rather have him or Tobias Harris?
Toby.
I think I'd rather have Toby. I'm not even going to cap. I actually think I'd rather have Toby at this point than Caleb. Good at all, bro. Tell Paul George to stop playing like he had a photo shoot. Get out the mud. Paul George ain't looking good neither, man. Paul George is looking disappointing. Caleb Martin is looking very disappointing. And Jared McCain is looking far better than I thought he was going to look. That's pretty much our season right now.
I'm still thinking. I don't know. I'm just down on Nick Nurse. Did we win? Did we win?
Yeah, we won.
Yeah, we won.
Overtime. I fell asleep during the game. You said in overtime?
Yeah. You look like you fell asleep in the game.
I did.
Yeah, he won. Though McCain had 27 points. He was 3 for 7 for 3. And he was like 10 for 18, I think, overall. Yeah, he was like 50-something, 53% overall, something like that.
Yeah. Well,
3 assists, 2 rebounds.
This team should not have struggled with Charlotte, though.
You got to remember, Paul George is on minute restrictions. He didn't play in overtime at all.
He didn't play. Oh, really?
No.
And he playing like
it was actually two young teams going against each other, kind of.
Yeah, as I said, this wasn't a test.
And we won that battle. So, I mean, if we had Paul George, Maxey, and Embiid, we should blow Charlotte out.
I did like the young boy Dalton. What's his name? Dalton
Jr. Yep, he played good.
He was solid.
He played well.
We're going to struggle. I mean, this team is not competitive. It's not going to be to compete for a title this year. We don't have any specialists at all in the squad.
McCain's supposed to be a specialist. He's starting to heat up.
He's not a specialist. We need somebody that's going to knock down threes, like somebody who can just hit them.
McCain's starting to heat up. You don't got faith in him now?
I just don't. I don't. I see it. I don't. When you see him, watch him, you think he compete against the Cavs and the Bostons? I mean, in the Knicks. You think he'll be able to get
right now? Hold on. Are you talking about as far as him making a start of the team right now? No. But as far as him putting him in position to make some shots and drive and kicks, I think definitely he could do that. You need that type player. I think he could do that.
I think he actually get a shot off against the Knicks because he could get a shot. Brunson's not a big guard, big imposing guard you got to shoot over. He's crafty, yes. But I think he get a shot off against Brunson. I think the way he actually played against even LaMelo's not small. Like he not a big body dude, but LaMelo like 6'4", like 6'6", I think. LaMelo's pretty tall. He did a great job defensively and offensively, LaMelo. And you gotta remember, McCain's actually not that small either. McCain like 6'3" himself. So it ain't like you talking about he's some 6'1" guard running around.
He is 6'1" guard.
I thought he was 6'3". You sure about that?
He's 6'1". He's a short guard.
Pull his stats up, Ethan. Tim be saying stuff.
Jeff Dowden is actually 6'3". I don't know. And he looks like it. He's long.
Yeah, LaMelo's 6'7". I was going to say, I knew LaMelo was pretty tall, and he was getting a shot off against both of them. And he played great defense. I'm not trying to get carried away because I still 1-2 games ain't going to write your story.
McCain 6'2".
However, he's 6'2". Okay, I had a feeling. All right, so he's right there on the bubble between 6'2", 6'3". I knew he was a 6 foot. However,
I said he was 6
feet. They got him listed at 6'2".
You said he was 6 feet.
I said 6 feet. Go ahead.
McCain, they got listed at 6'1", X-Man. So double check your stats.
6'2".
But
actually, they got listed at 6'2".
He did a great job defensively against LaMelo. and against the other boy Miller. He did a great job against him, and he got his shot off, which I was thoroughly impressed. He went to the rack, finished with the layup, pulled up for the mid-range, knocked a couple of them down, pulled up for the three, knocked that down. He took to watch a young player like that take command of the offense. I was impressed. I'm telling you, at one point in the game, he was the best player on the floor, including Paul George. I'm telling you now. Listen, Giannis was on the floor, Oubre was on the floor, Paul George on the floor, and he was the best player off. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. He did his thing. I was impressed. By the time Maxey come back, it will be him and Mccain, nails painted and all, starting. Matter of fact, him and Maxey going to have their nails painted. And they both.
Max needs to start doing something. Get that 3-point percentage up.
And that's why you make a trade.
maybe he's a hide. He's like, you know what? I need something painted. Let me get my feet painted, and y'all won't see it. Maybe that work for him. I don't know.
Let's keep it like that. That's cool. We can rock with that. Wishful Call said he was at the game. Teacher got gangster at the game. He said McCain Rookie of the Year is better than Max.
McCain's Rookie Year is better. He only a weekend.
Calm down. First of all, you got to remember, Maxey's rookie year, he kept getting pulled in and out. Remember, that was the year Doc had him in and then benched him for like 2 weeks. You ain't hear from him and all that. Doc was doing goofy stuff with Maxey, so you can't.
Stop. What is wrong? What is wrong with sitting your rookie if you want him to learn from it? You don't
remember we talked about this. First of all, he pulled him and never told him why he pulled him. So don't give me that. You want him to learn? He never told him what he wanted to learn.
You don't gotta explain. First of all, Mccain ain't even play the first few games. It's been a week that he didn't even play this in the series. He wouldn't be playing right now if Maxey and Joel was available.
He wouldn't be playing.
I agree.
That's Nick Nurse's fault.
I agree. I'm not absolving Nick Nurse for anything. I'm just talking about why Maxey didn't play. You want to come to Doc Rivers' defense so hard.
No, because Maxey came to a loaded 76ers squad. It wasn't as if we was as a developing team. He came to a playoff ready, an NBA title contending team. So he's not going to play.
Who was our bench that year that should have been getting so much time over Maxey?
You think I'm gonna remember the bench from
all right then. So you told me they were so loaded.
It wasn't loaded. He was not expected to.
I'm gonna tell you who our bench was. Our bench was Isaiah Joe, Danny Green. These are dudes who's getting clock over Maxey. Shake Milton, George Hill. Those dudes.
Exactly my point. This is why Maxey was getting clocked. And he was playing well, and then all of a sudden, Doc was kept yanking him out the lineup, and he had Maxey sitting for like almost 2 weeks, I think. And Maxey went to him and said, "Why am I on the bench?"
So the NBA season literally is about 9 months. It's about 8 months, and you said because he said 2 weeks, that just said everything.
He said way lower than that.
I'm talking about. Listen, my point is, he said 2 weeks straight. He yanked them in and out the lineup the whole season and in and out the rotation. The whole season. Remember you talking about sending? I think Maxey might have went down to the G League.
He didn't go to the G League, but that was Wayne kept screaming something down to the G League.
Yeah, okay, because he wasn't playing. That's how bad it was. He missed so many. How many games did he play that total year?
He did play 61 though.
61 games. So 40 games he set him.
20.
Oh yeah, I think it was 100. 20 games. So 20 games he set him out the lineup. 20 games he set him in and out the lineup the whole year.
That happens. Now go.
He played 15 minutes. He averaged 15 minutes a game
as a rookie.
That's not too bad.
It is not too bad.
It's not too bad. But my point is, I'm not even talking about Doc per se. I'm talking about him versus McCain. McCain may play more and more time because of the situation. So you can't say, well, Matt McCain's rookie year going to be better than Maxey. So I'm not even talking about Doc. I know you want to come to Doc's defense and all that. And Doc is trash because Milwaukee's playing like trash. They 2-8, so go defend that later on the show. My point is you can't compare their rookie seasons because McCain is probably going to get a more of a shot off default than Maxey was able to. Even though Maxey probably should have had because Ben Simmons is trash, and I've been telling y'all that.
He is. Maxey's hurt. He has to play. We got older guards. McCain has to play.
He has to. He has to.
Yeah,
And I like what I'm saying so far. Two games and he got heavy minutes. He got 18 points one game, 27 points this game. I'm impressed. Took the man to the team. The team was giving him the ball.
What was his Halloween outfit again?
I don't know what was it.
I don't know what.
Would you say it was a hair designer or something, or a nail technician?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yes.
You still got ways to go with him. Philly's still trying to rub off on him. We're gonna get there. Tonight might be a turning point for him.
All right, before we get out of here, can I just tell y'all about my Eagles? Because I know y'all talked about the Eagles, but real quickly, I just want to say it was a very good game from everybody. I thought the defense played a phenomenal game. Huff showed up and a big force sack on the ball. I'm really proud of the defense though, because I was hard on Fangio. I thought I was like a little overrated, but he got this defense like.
Is the defense good or is Dallas that trash?
No, it's the last 6 games though. I mean, remember we started out 2-2 going into the bye week, and then we won. Now we're 7-2. We won our last 5 games.
I was telling y'all since that. What game was that? When I kept telling y'all the defense been playing well, they keeping teams under 15 points, and y'all was trying to kill the defense. What game was that we was playing? I don't remember.
Yeah, that was a game. The defense didn't allow. Who was that? What offense is that? We didn't allow him to punt until the end of the third quarter. That was
we still kept him under 15 points though.
Okay, that's fine. But my point is, they was moving the ball up and down the field. They actually, I think, ended up fumbling.
You told them the field goals. You told them the field goals.
Listen, they still move the ball up and down the field. They ain't punt. I forget what game was that.
The Washington game will be a test.
Oh yeah, Washington game definitely won't be a test. If he could keep Daniels in check, then we saying something. Let him keep Jaden Daniels in that Washington offense in check, and then I'll really start giving out props. I can't give out too much props against Dallas. So I'll give props against Cincinnati because Cincinnati actually showed they're a pretty good offense when they played against Baltimore. They put up almost 30 or might have been 30 points against Baltimore. I think when they went to overtime, right? That was a very good offensive output against Baltimore, and we held them in check. So that was a good – I think that might have been a game. Was that the game? No, that wasn't the game. We blew Cincinnati. I think it was a game before Cincinnati. But anyway – if we hold Washington in check, I start giving out the 2 points.
And also, Saquon got his very first win against Dallas. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
He never won against Dallas. I can't believe that. Look, Cowboys lost, Commanders lost, Giants lost. So we should be able to win the
Detroit
NFC.
Lost. Well, they getting smacked right now. Ain't they by Houston?
They are
good. So we got a chance to get that number 1 seed, get that first round bye.
We do.
All we gotta do is keep playing the way we're playing.
They were getting smart. Let me see what's the score now. 13-23, fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I think it was the Bengals game, Ethan, we was arguing about, and then we pulled away. I think it was the Bengals game. Because it definitely wasn't the Giants, because the Giants we beat 28. Definitely wasn't Cleveland. I think it was the it was that Cincinnati game we was talking about. But
excellent work. Saquon got his Saquon was held in check a little bit, but I'm glad they didn't run him too much because we got a game on Thursday. So I think he got like 13, 14 carries. So we should be all right.
Detroit just scored 23, about to be 23-20.
Got a game now.
Yeah.
Now it's a game.
Whatchamacallit was I about to say? Oh, y'all maybe look.
Whoever whatchamacallit is.
Yeah, I was about to say something. Now I lost my thought. Oh, yeah, Saquon. Surprisingly enough, remember I was reading his stats the other day? He never even had over 100-yard game against Dallas. Dallas seems for some reason to keep Saquon in check. I don't know. That's interesting.
The Eagles, remember, the Eagles ain't feeding that much either.
It might have been 100-yard game. Let me see. I got to check this. It might have been either 100-yard games or no 100-yard games.
But because you got to remember, the Giants' offensive line has never been that good. So now he actually playing against a really good offensive line.
What do he have? He averaged 4 points. He only had 14 carries today.
That's what I said.
66 yards, 4.7 yards a carry.
But you saving them. You got to get him for this.
I'm sorry. He has 2 career 100-yard games against Dallas, and they came in back in 2018. I think that was his rookie year. He had 200-yard games, and he hasn't had a 100-yard game since against Dallas. He only averages 58 yards a game against Dallas.
Wow. The boy Michael Parsons, he wanna come to Philly. He want to be with the Eagles so bad.
He do.
Listen, are y'all worried about San Fran because they're getting healthy? Does that bother you?
Yeah, they're a team to be worried about. They're a good coach team. They
still had Tampa for us though, so I'm good. We needed. I don't want nothing to do with Tampa, and Tampa got their 6th loss today, so that's good. So because Tampa got a cupcake schedule on the rest of the way.
Hold on. Are you worried if we get Tampa to say we have to play the playoffs first round? We got to play Tampa. Does that worry you?
Absolutely.
I would rather see Tampa than the 49ers.
I'd rather say Ghosts.
I would rather see Tampa than 49ers when they get rolling. They got players. They got hammers for days. They got Debo. They got CMC. They got Kittle.
They lost Ayuk. They lost Ayuk is gone. I still would rather. I like
that's it. That boy Purcell's replacing Brandon Ayuk. The one that got shot. He had a good game today.
I'm gonna tell you, Todd Bowles, he has Jalen number, like that's his kryptonite, and it just don't work.
Jalen gotta do better. Jalen got beat. You got
to defeat your enemies, yeah. You got to defeat your enemies, bro.
But if your enemy just beat you up this year, I don't want to. Maybe next year I'll beat them, not this year.
Listen, we beat them last year. They came back and beat us, so maybe we could reverse it. They beat us, and then if necessary, we can come back and beat them. You got to get past that hump, bro.
You do.
Come on, man.
Next year.
He got weapons. That's the thing that irritates me. Jalen has the weaponry. He has the running game. You got the receivers, and you got a tight end, and you got a decent offensive line. Make it happen, bro. Ain't no excuses. Got to beat who in front of you. I hear what you're saying, but you got to beat them. Congratulations to the Eagles for beating the Cowboys back up. LOL.
Yeah, Cowboys fan. Cowboys fan.
Bro, listen. I mean, listen. Y'all
you only can play who's in front of you.
Y'all season was over regardless. Y'all had y'all starters. Y'all was still losing. So if y'all had Dak in there, the score might have been worse. It might have been worse, even though Cooper Rush did play like trash. But y'all done. Y'all season is over. I don't think y'all gonna win another game, bro. Y'all might as well literally fold up y'all tent and stay put into the draft. That's what y'all need.
Yeah.
The draft.
I give you credit for coming on here though as a Cowboys fan and showing your face. Because I remember you was talking last week about this game, you was talking trash. So hats off for coming on here and taking your whipping like a man.
Take that beating. So Slapping cheeks and stuffing stat sheets. That's what we do. That's what we did to y'all. It's over, bro. Listen, Dallas, which I got 3 wins right now, 3 wins. If y'all end the season with 4 wins, y'all be fortunate. Y'all be fortunate. Thank you, man. Pause, bro. You right. I'm pausing on that.
Dallas done. Dallas done.
Yeah, y'all finish. Only team y'all might beat from here on out is the Giants. Y'all got one more game against the Giants. Y'all might be to beat them. Other than that, y'all finish. But Eagles did what they're supposed to do to y'all. We played around a little bit with y'all early. It should have been probably 20-something to 6 or 20-something at halftime. We played around with y'all a little bit, but we eventually put the smack down when we needed to. Eagles not going far though. Listen, Eagles going far, bro. We got the time. We going to do what we going to do.
Y'all be seeing us a lot this week. Y'all got a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We got games.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Next Tuesday, Cleveland Wednesday, Eagles Thursday.
Yeah, back to back.
And the 6th is Friday, Saturday. So
So on that note, okay, Ty, we're gonna wrap it up. Golden State beat OKC. By the way, Steph Curry had a monster game, 34 points. He closed it out. He was splashing from 3 at 17 in the third quarter alone. Great victory for OKC. For Golden State rather. I'm watching. OKC only had 1 loss. Golden State gave him 2. So Golden State legit. They got smacked around by Cleveland, who's actually certified. Golden State is still a legit team, so they will be in the hunt later on in the playoffs. So put that in the caption too. We're talking Golden State talk.
No.
But other than that, y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all on the other side. We got a whole lot of podcasts lined up this week. Make sure y'all join in. About time the Sixers. I know. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna get feedback though. So we'll see how this team is gonna look going forward sometime this week, and hopefully next week we'll see what we really gonna look like.
Catch y'all Tuesday.